Hello and welcome to the Find Your X podcast, brought to you by Hurricane Marsh Outfitters. Having a hard time talking today.
Blooper.
I am your host, Jon Blevins, and joining me today, still Macie Blevins
Whoop whoop.
and Sam Smith.
Yo.
Yeah.
Howdy
So
do.
we're going to sit around today, and Macie's going to kind of grill us. It's going to be like questions. We don't know what she's going to ask.
I mean,
so-
if you want grilling, I can really get to it, but I can keep it light today if y'all want.
I'm okay. I think I'll pass on the grilling thing.
So it's going to be, I don't know, fast and furious, but here we go.
All right. So, what are after this season and everything you've learned? What are 5 things you are not ever going to go turkey hunting without again, and why?
Okay, for turkey season. Okay.
Yeah.
Things that I will not ever go without. First of all, keep regular sighting in my gun because I got a red dot on it. And if you listen to our last podcast, you'll know why. But so definitely sighting in my red dot multiple times during the season. If it seems like I'm shooting a bird square, not too worried about it. But if something doesn't seem right, check it out. A variety of snacks. I'd always bring one Cliff
Definitely.
Bar, and after a while, you get tired of eating that one. 2 bottles of water, because if anybody has ever turkey hunted with you, knows we walk and we walk and we walk and we walk. So that's 3. Number 4. Definitely do not, if you run a pot call or anything, make sure you got to have something to rough it up. Because there's been times I've gotten out there and man, it makes a world of difference. Make sure you have that. And always keep, I use everything from a diaphragm call to a pot call to a box call. Always keep another diaphragm call ready to go where you know you can get to it right away. Because I've gotten lazy, sat down, it's going slow. I'll set that diaphragm call on my leg, and all of a sudden, here comes a turkey, and I'm like, oh my God, I look down and it's not there. So just those are 5 things that I wouldn't.
I'm surprised you didn't have pruners in that list.
Oh, I got pruners. You said.
Well, in your top 5 things, pruners for me.
Well, I always got them. That's what I mean. You're saying things you wouldn't go without.
So
And
what are like your top 3 things you would never not have then?
Okay, so the first thing is flushable wipes.
Oh, yeah.
The very first thing, especially when you get older, turkey hunters, you got to have flushable wipes.
I'm
That was
25
definitely
and
on my
I
list.
yeah.
So that
Wipes.
a good pair of pruners that fit in your turkey vest, because there's so many times that's made a difference in getting that
Clipping.
shot. Where it would have been something in
Or
front of me
hide.
where just something. So we have the flushable wipes, the pruners, and man, that's a tough one.
I'm not letting you get 4 things, so you better make this one count.
Yeah, so man, that's a tough one right there. One that I can't do without. I gotta say, it's got to be an extra diaphragm call. It has to be, because if you lose the one,
You're kind of screwed.
yeah. I mean, I'm big on not moving at all.
You
when
could
the
always
turkeys are
do
close.
you could always do Nick's go-to call if you lose it. You want me to try to do it real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Here, turkey, turkey, turkey.
I don't know if
that's
that
gonna
will work, but hey.
Here, turkey.
So, but yeah, those are the things. So
Yo.
What about you, Sam? 5 things.
5 things. I'm going to go with pruners. I definitely like having some pruners for hide. I like doing archery hunting, so pruners is definitely key. Whenever you sit, you got to clip stuff behind you, because whenever you pull back, you got to make sure you're not hitting anything, making noises or anything. Definitely some wet wipes, because we've had some times. I don't think I need much explaining on that one.
Yeah, we don't have to go into that.
I've definitely learned this. We've been blessed enough to where I haven't had to use it too many times, but extra socks. I've had it to where like I sweat a lot, so my feet get really wet, and if you're gonna be out there for a while, like you get kind of screwed, and then my feet get real messed up.
especially as cold as it was in Nebraska.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely some extra socks. Let's see. Plenty of snacks. I have to have plenty of snacks, plenty of water. That's 4. So 5. I always carry an extra shell. just in case. I always carry 4, like 1 extra in my vest, just in case. I know usually with turkeys, usually it's 1 shot, they're gone, but you just never know. I always
never
carry
know.
an extra shell. So, what about you?
Oh,
5.
I didn't know I was getting the grill turned on me now.
Well, you have to. I mean,
Okay,
it can-
number 1 is my water.
Oh yeah.
I'm a chugger. I know whenever we were turkey hunting down in Missouri this year, I forgot my water because I didn't bring my vest when we were trying to go after those birds, and I thought I was going to die. Water, pruners for sure. I'm a big, I love to make a little cute blind that we can hide from the turkeys
Cozy.
in. Oh, yeah. Especially if somebody wants to take a turkey nap. Nothing like having cedars all around you and knowing you can
Yeah.
twitch in your sleep if you need to. Water, pruners. We all got flushable wipes, so if I need them, I can just get them for you guys.
I know
A
one
mouth
for
call.
you. I know one for you. The Nukem blind.
Oh, yeah.
Macie goes everywhere with that
yeah,
Nukem blind.
you do. You carry that everywhere. So,
I
yeah.
love my Nukem blind. Shout
Yeah.
out to Pat Nukem if you don't know what
No
those
kidding.
are. They're so quick and easy. It folds up into like a stick, I guess you could say, like a tripod, and then you just flip it open,
It's like a little tent.
put it in, and you're good to go. And especially if you run around filming stuff like I do and Nick, it's incredible just to be running and gunning on turkeys and have something that lightweight to pop up.
And
so
that quick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's perfect if you got a youth hunter too, because let's face it, kids like to move.
yeah.
I
And
like
so
to move
it
when
works
I'm
out
not a
good.
kid.
Yeah.
I can't sit still that long.
So I got 2 other things. I definitely will have a mouth call with me and a diaphragm call. And what else would I don't know. I can't really. I guess I could
You're
always
stuck at
say I
4?
always got a the thing that my brain keeps thinking is a camera. I always like having
Well, that's a good
my
one.
camera.
An extra battery maybe. So
Yeah.
one,
I don't. I
one
ju-
thing I will add to that though, and it's probably coming back on my list, permethrin.
Yeah.
I hunted Alabama, multiple days in Missouri, multiple days in Nebraska. Not one tick on me ever.
Sam
That's
and I
unreal.
started using it's called Skeeter Beater and OBX Skeeter Beater, and also we met him at the Palmetto Sportsman Classic, and I ordered offline. This year we bought 5 bottles, and everybody's like, "Oh, you smell like a Christmas tree." Well, I don't care because we sprayed it.
It works.
Yeah, every
Smells really
morning
good.
we go ham, and we do smell like a holiday boutique store, but it
So
has.
we'll just clarify it as a general thing. Tick spray.
Yeah, yeah.
spray
Use
is-
something.
Definitely a must.
It's there's I get the Sawyer's off you can find it anywhere, and it's a lifesaver.
Yep.
So
We could kill all the ticks and I would not be upset.
yeah. Yeah.
Let's just put it that way.
So thinking about turkey season, and now we're going out of turkey season into some off time. I know Rip just had his first birthday party back in April.
Yeah, you
and
got
he's
a
a
pup cup.
whole whopping 90. Yeah, Sam and I were turkey hunting somewhere, and I think we were down at the.
Yeah, you were still down bow hunting.
Yeah, and I said, "What are you doing?" And you said, "Oh, I'm taking Rip up to get his pup cup for his birthday."
Yep.
Like
He's
you spoiled rat.
He is.
So he's coming along good with his training.
Yep.
What are you think the things he's doing the best at right now? Where does he need work, and where do you want him to be?
That's good. So we're finishing up. He's got the tee down. We started on double tee. He's pretty much got that down. He has anybody trains dogs. You'll have a dog. One thing will hang him up, and it just doesn't make any sense why. It seems like, but he's having trouble on the leftover on the second tee, or the second part of the tee. I have no idea why. He's running blinds, doing great on that.
For somebody who doesn't know what that means, who doesn't dog train,
So you start off with a pile of bumpers in a straight line.
Mm-hmm.
You get your dog used to running straight back and forth, and then towards the back end, you put a pile on the left and the right, so it looks like a T. And so what you're doing is you're running that dog to that pile back and forth, but then occasionally you sit them. You hit a sit whistle, make them sit, and then they turn towards you, and you give them a leftover or right over or leftover, and they're supposed to go that way and pick up those bumpers. And so once you start getting more advanced, you do, it's called a double T. So you're putting short piles to the left and the right. So then the dog's got the straight back, then he's got left and right short and left and right long. So it's doing is just teaching a dog to take hand signals and just grows their confidence in you. So when you tell them a direction, they know which way to go and to follow it. So he's doing good with that, doing great on blinds. He's a natural marker. It's crazy how good he is at that. Still having some issues with Mom on chewing some of her stuff up, but that's mainly when he's bored.
Puppy.
Yeah, I mean they're labs. If you don't run them and keep them entertained, as far as
They will.
they want to work. That's all they want to do is work. And if you don't keep them worked enough, then they start being mischievous. So. But, yeah, other than that, I mean, no complaints. He did awesome during Goose season. So, yeah, wrapping. I mean, I've been training every evening and when we've been home, sometimes twice a day with him if the weather permits. And it's fun. It's
very rewarding.
Yeah, it is. It's cool to watch him, to be able to pick this stuff up. And then, like last year when we shot those 12 bands, some of those blinds that he ran for an 8-month-old pup, get out of here.
What do you think if that was crazy. Nick has some incredible footage that he got from Rip's late season last year. I mean, dude was not even 60 pounds yet and carrying back big birds over 200 yards out.
Yeah, carrying up big giant honkers. I mean, he was struggling, trying to figure out which way to hold them and everything, but he pretty much by the end of honker season, he had it down.
Now,
he's
what do
gonna
you
be
think
a hoss next year?
Yeah.
for somebody who has a duck dog and are trying to train, do you think there's a difference between it, and I don't know because I've never obviously trained, I've just seen you, training a dog to be a duck dog versus a goose dog? Is there something you can do to help them figure out how to grip them birds better? Or
So the main thing I've seen the transition, because you get a lot of guys that say, "Oh, my dog will retrieve ducks, but he won't retrieve geese." I love to hunt geese. We shoot a lot of geese.
We know
shoot
that.
a lot of geese, and so it's one of those things. You got to get them dogs on those geese. Rip saw his first goose when he was in Michigan in September, so that would have been, let me see, May, June, July, August, September. So he was 5 months old. And granted, he couldn't pick one up, but we went up there with our good friend Donnie Bailey and shot a bunch of geese, and he would stay in his kennel in the truck, and I'd bring him out, and we were picking up decoys, and I didn't want him around gunshots yet or any of that, but he would sniff the pile, and boy, he would start trying to drag him by a wing or grab him by a foot or something and drag him around, and I could cut a wing off of him and throw that, and he was retrieving in that at 5 months old. So he got an introduction to him. Got used to the smells and everything else, what has to do with it. So it was an early introduction, and a good friend of mine, Brian Anderson, we were so busy, thank God for him, he took Rip when he was young and force fetched him and did some other things I just didn't have time to do at the time. And he knew I was a goose guy. He's a big goose guy. And so he had honkers around, and he started them. And it was tough. I mean, I don't like to tell this story too much, but he called me and said, "Hey, John," he said, "the first time I've ever had a retriever do this." And I thought, well, wow, this is great. He's going to tell me a cool story about Rip. And so he goes, "Yeah," he said, I had him heel, and I threw a goose out. He runs over, sniffs it, runs right back to me. And I'm like, "Okay, so what'd you do?" And he goes, I picked it back up, threw it out again. He ran over to it, tried to pick it up, then ran back to me. I mean, he's, let me see. So we took him up there. So he's 6 months old at the time. He just got done with force. And so anyhow, he said, "So I've never seen this in a dog." And I was thinking, okay, you threw it out the third time and he picked it up. He goes, Rip runs over to it, looks at me and starts humping the goose. And I thought, wow, we got some work ahead of us here. So, but he after that, Brian's a pretty good dog trainer. He had him picking him up and kenneling up in the blinds
Never humped
with
a
it.
goose again.
No, he didn't. So then we got him back, and he had a couple problems picking him up at first, but yeah, he was pretty good about grabbing him after that. So, but yeah, you got to just get him on them geese early, because I mean, a duck's so small, they'll figure out how to pick that up. But if you're a goose guy and you want a dog to retrieving geese, it's just early introduction. And with anything in dog training, it's repetition till you're like tired of doing it. But those dogs, they eat that up. I mean, you got to make it interesting each time, but just over and over and over and over and over again. That's how it works.
What do you think are the top 3 things that if you'd never trained a dog before and that you would want to know, like the first 3 things to start with?
So one of the first things is it's always your fault. It's never theirs. So when you're training a dog and he's not doing something, it's because you haven't showed him the right way. Or if he did it right 100 times and he messes it up, that's what I say. If you start getting aggravated or mad, it's time to stop because it's not his fault. It's yours. So that's the most important thing. Keep it positive. So everything you do with them is positive. I mean, do we want to challenge them? 100%. But you set these dogs up for success. You don't set them up for failure. I mean, you want to test them, but you want to make sure that confidence grows in them. I mean, have you ever seen any of my dogs that weren't confident?
No.
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 Hunter, Vader, no. Jeter, no.
Yeah.
Rip, absolutely
Definitely
not.
100%. I mean, 110% confident, every one of them. And the last thing, force fetching. A lot of people think it's cruel. But it is a necessity if you want a good. Not saying there's not good retrievers that haven't been force fetched, but you put that, it makes everything come together. So
I know kind of big piece to getting into 2026, 2027 goose season, which feels weird to say. It's really not that far out. But is there is there plans for a
Blue 42's coming.
Ooh, baby.
Blue 42.
Blue
Oh, what's that?
42.
What's Blue 42? Because I don't think we're talking set hut.
Well, Sam's a football guy, so he knows.
Hell
Blue
yeah.
42's what is that? Is it a call that a quarterback uses or just?
To be honest, I really don't even know. I think it's like Peyton Manning. He does like Omaha, and it literally means nothing.
Blue
I think they
42's,
just say it.
yeah, it's used by. I looked it up. It's used by multiple quarterbacks.
Oh yeah.
And how we came up with Blue 42. So if you go check out our YouTube channel, watch
So
the
what is?
build of
But
40.
nobody knows what Blue 42 is right now.
No, so 40 was our original one. That's what we built last year.
Our original pit.
Yeah,
So
the
we're
40-foot container. So we got another 40-foot container, and we were trying to name it. It's going in the oldest goose spot. I've had it for 20 years. We have a 20-foot shipping container in there. After getting in the 40, everybody's like, yank that joker out, put another 40 in there. So we try to name all our spots. That one we've just called the pit for forever because it was the first pit we ever had. And so they show up, they drop off the 40-foot container. It's blue. So I'm sitting there looking at it, and Pat's like, let's just call this pit Old Blue. And I was like, well, it needs to, I said, we were going to call it like 42 because it's 40 and then TOO. So it's like 40, the next 40
The
or whatever.
second 40.
And then I'm sitting there looking at it one day, and I'm like, Blue 42. And I was like, there we go.
Yep.
And we were up at Iowa Deer Classic, and I threw that out to Drake and then Brandon and Brady and Landon. And they were like, oh, yeah, definitely.
yeah. Whenever
So-
you pop up now, instead of going cut 'em or shoot 'em, boys, you need to go set hut. Whenever you go out the
Only
field,
out of
shoot
Blue
'em.
42 though.
Yeah. But it's there. The wood's sitting there. I think we're going to start on it after turkey season, get it in the ground probably July or August, and
Oh, that's
be
gonna
ready.
Be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be
Nice and hot.
yeah. Well, we got to wait till then because that's usually the driest time. The ground's the hardest, and Travis is going to do all the excavator work on it. So they're so busy. They're planting corn. I think he said they're going to be going around the clock next couple days trying to beat the storm. So they're busy people. So whenever
Any upgrades for the Blue 42 that we don't have in the
I don't know
40?
if it gets much
I don't
better.
know how much better we can make it. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
I wasn't saying that, but is there anything you're like,
Maybe
this
a
time
TV?
around, like, this is what we're doing?
well, last year it got tossed around about getting is it Starlink?
Yeah.
So we can put a flat screen in there, so we're watching football on the weekends and that kind
You
of
really
thing.
won't leave now.
Yeah.
Bunch of nerds.
Yeah.
Maybe a mattress so you can sleep there. You
That
don't
thing
have
be
to leave.
stanky.
So yeah, it should be fun. I jumped down in 40 during turkey season after I shot a turkey one day just to check on it, and dry as a bone in there. Looks
Now-
like just like the day we left it.
One thing I think that is kind of hard to kind of imagine, we're shooting geese, or I mean, you know, shooting geese out there if you want to, which in years past and now that you guys have expanded and added more spots, but used to hunt where the 40 is going to, or the new Blue 42 is going to be pretty heavily over other spots, but now you kind of break it up in different places around the area, you could be shooting geese probably from the very December 3rd all the way till the end of season. Just
Yeah.
with how many birds are in the area, if you wanted to, not saying you do. But to have an operation like that and to have something like that, what in the off season, the prep work, if you could lay it out as like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 list for what it takes to have a space like that, because it's not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that has happened over 20 plus years of work that has happened
Oh, yeah.
into where you hunt geese out there. But what is like an average year of like, when do you start prepping the blinds, or what are other, things you guys do? Like I know you'll take a day out in the middle of summer and you'll just repaint all the decoys or do all the stuff like that.
Yeah, it's constant work throughout the year. Depending on what the weather's like, how summer goes, how fall goes. Cutting prairie grass help. Not the pits in particular, but we got other blinds we have to cut prairie grass for. Keep like this year, 40's going to have to get, and Travis is going to take care of all that. We're going to bring some more dirt out, regrade it, get it because everything's settled this year. Just the upkeep and maintenance of everything, checking the sump pumps, making sure they're still working throughout the year so you don't have a pit full of water. And then there's the maintenance of the decoys and everything, getting together, getting them cleaned up, getting everything organized again. It's just countless hours of work. And the big thing is these farmers, they become like family of ours. And, we try to stop by because we were so busy during the summer with shows. I always try to get up there and visit with them and talk with them. Just make sure everything's still going good. If I can help them out with anything. So it's just keeping those relationships solid. And taking care of the ground that you hunt. I like it to look, I always say, leave something better than when you found it. Some of those farms, I don't know how I could leave it better because they keep their farms in pristine shape. But just making sure we're not an inconvenience. Electric, we have electric ran to all of them, just making sure that's maintained. Just keeping up on, there's generators, we use generators, keeping the oil change in those. There's just so much. The Rangers keeping those ready to, serviceable and ready to go because we use them during turkey season too. But it's constant work. We just don't show up and jump in the pit and it's time to go. Because we store all the decoys, put everything. Yeah, I wish, and put everything away. And then it's the next season we're spending time out there cleaning blackstones up, putting things down in the pit, sweeping everything out, getting everything cleaned up, ready to go, organizing decoys. What are we going to put here? What are we going to put there? Last year we shot a video in October. It was a really good one. So we're going to be looking at shooting some more hunting videos in October if we have enough. And we'll keep an eye on the geese too. If we got enough here, we'll definitely do it. We do goose tubs to help nesting in the spring. And so just maintaining all that stuff, it's around the clock. It
and
never
that's,
stops.
I think, kind of like you said, the kind of maintenance and the habitat management that the farmers do up there, and this stuff that you guys do around the season has kind of made it to where, you can't go, I don't think, a day 60 days before, 60 days after without seeing a ton of geese in that area. And I think it's just because all the time that, and also too the time and work you guys put into putting ice heaters in there too. Even if you're not, hunting a spot, I can't tell you how many times you guys go out and check it at 3 a.m.
Oh yeah, just to make sure things are running, and we're gonna have open water the next day. But the goose tubs in themselves, we got goose tubs on farms we're not allowed to hunt. But the people we explain what we're doing. It's for conservation and everything, and it is. Are we doing it so we could shoot more geese? I guess you could say that. But in a way, we're trying to give back to keep the predators off them, so their population will continue to grow. Some people don't like us doing it because they don't like the geese, but then other people are like, "Oh, that's a great idea. You can put a nest, or you can put a nesting tub here, but please no hunting," and that's fine with us. So try to do. I think altogether we got like 16 or 17 of them out. So some years they're used, some years they're not. So
as far as off-season prep work, and I'm talking about stuff that you do in times where you cannot even think about picking up a shotgun whenever it's hot and you don't want to be outside, what are like the top 3 things that you say these need to get done now? and this is going to make our season better.
Cutting the prairie grass, the brush blinds. I mean, that's always it's not a fun job. It's usually hot, and there's poison ivy, and there's snakes and everything else. But you got to get it at the right time before it lays over, and then we got to spread it out and dry it. Um, and the hardest part really is there a lot of this stuff actually goes on when duck season's in, because it doesn't make sense. You can't really prepare some of this stuff until it's close. And so then you got to tell guys, hey, it's
Can't
duck
go
season.
duck hunting
I
today.
mean, we need to get this done because we got a front coming next week, and they're on our doorstep, and we're going to be into them. So it's one of those things. You got to sacrifice one for another. But to me, it's never been a hard decision. If it means I can shoot a goose, I don't care what I got to sacrifice to do it. So just the way it is.
So I've been spoiled my whole life just getting to go out and get to do it, tag along with what you guys are doing out there. And Sam and I have tried to do our own turkey adventures DIY, and we found out that, whenever we try to put things together ourselves, and I don't have my dad who's been doing it for 30 years, things don't always run as smooth as I wanted them to. But if I were to go out and say, I'm not goose hunting with you this year, Dad, and do it, what would be the top 5 things you'd tell me to do?
I mean, what we do, you got to, there's been a lot of falling on our faces. I mean, you're going to do that. It's a lot of trial and error and learn from your mistakes. What we do and what we have, it's not that it's unattainable, but it's
Can't really do that in a year.
it's pretty unrealistic. It's taken me decades to build what we have. And
what would you tell somebody who is wanting to get into waterfowl, top 5 things they need to do to get started?
So, find a job that makes you a lot of money. Number one.
Or find some buddies. that have a lot of
So
money.
get some buddies with like interests. I started out. All I ever hunted was public ground. That's all we ever did when we were.
But you don't
up.
have to have money to have or do
No,
that, and you don't have to.
In the waterfowl. Turkey hunting. You got a shotgun,
Show.
somewhat camouflage, and a mouth call that costs you $12. You can go turkey hunting anywhere.
Or if you're speak the lingo enough, you can yelp and sound like a cute little Tina
if you sound like one.
turkey.
But with duck and goose hunting, if you're hunting ducks, more than likely you're going to have some waders, so we know those are expensive. But now find a group of buddies and just watch a bunch of different YouTube videos on how other people do it and kind of get an idea of, okay, I'm going to need to do this or that.
What are your thises and that's?
So learning how to call. You don't pick up a call the day before season and go. It does not work that way. Learn to call over the summer. A lot of people say try it in your vehicle. I'm not going to tell you that because you should have your eyes on the road, but I know a lot of people do. But yeah, it's something that you got to drive your parents crazy or your whoever you live with crazy. Or what I used to do when I was younger, I just go up to the local park and sit there and listen to them. And people probably thought, well, who's this crazy little nut over there blowing a kazoo trying to sound like a duck or a goose? But yeah, that's what I did. And I listened to them. And then once they started responding to me, I thought, well, maybe I'm starting to sound like them. But learn how to call. You're going to have to get some decoys of some sort. Don't need a bunch.
Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah, Facebook Marketplace.
Great place for it.
And I even saw, what's his name? Ira McCauley was doing a really cool thing this year. I saw when he was going on different hunting trips, he would just drop off brand new boxes of decoys or stuff that he had cleaned out of his shed and just left it. Hey, I'm at this spot. I'm leaving them here. First come, first serve. Not saying you got to follow him around to find decoys, but Facebook Marketplace.
Good
Facebook Marketplace would be a good place to start. But get some buddies, and you're gonna have to go. You're never gonna learn until you get out there and try it, and then you learn from your mistakes, and you just keep going from there.
Now, if you got a shotgun, you got some waders, and your biggest struggle, because I know some people, struggle with the equipment, but some people struggle with the knowledge of knowing like how to know when it's going to be a good push. Like, do I want to be what what are the
What
best
day?
days? Yeah.
I mean, so I always say the best time to go hunting is when you can, because realistically, I mean, if you're sitting at home, I've had some stellar shoots when it's been 70 degrees in a south wind, which most people are like, oh, the ducks aren't going to migrate or they're not going to fly. Yeah, they do. So whenever you can go, you go. But learn to read weather patterns. Learn to read them up north. If you see something, our biggest time when we go duck hunting, didn't really matter what the wind. I mean, in a way, it was. As long as it was like out of the west or north. If it was happening up in the Dakotas, because we live in Missouri, excuse me, we knew the ducks were going to migrate.
Well, I think
So we go.
Yeah, I grew up probably thinking, where the heck do we live again? Because I watched you watch the weather for more states that weren't Missouri than.
Well, I mean, you got to know where your birds come from, and you start learning all that stuff, and what different weather patterns that keep a log as you keep going. You know what's worked, and you kind of fall back on that. Just like we were talking early in the last podcast about, we learn these farms that we turkey hunt. We know their patterns to an extent and know where they like to be. So you just kind of keep, hey, on this day 2 years ago, we had this was the weather was, and we had a really good day. Well, similar pattern coming up, gotta go try it. So learn that. But yeah, calling, get some decoys. Your hide is the most important thing. If they can see you, forget it. I don't care how good your decoys are or how good the weather is that day, it ain't gonna work. So focus on your hide, and the three biggest things: location, location, location. You got to be where the birds want to be. Sometimes that may be scouting the night before and watching them all go into one spot or a certain part of the cornfield. That may tell you, well, that's where all the waste corn still is scattered from the combining season, and that's where the birds want to be. So that's where you need to set your goose decoys the next day. But look at that and judge, where's my best hide going to be. If it's where the X is right there, but there's nowhere good to hide, maybe you got to move off the X a few yards. So be it. But your hide's most important. Decoy placement. Famous saying is, what you saw on Friday night, you mimic Saturday morning. So in other words, if you saw a bunch of geese when you were out scouting to hunt the weekend, and this is what they look like in the field, set up similar the next day. And learn how to call. Not saying that you have to call every time, because I mean, we had Cole Foyles on a podcast, and he said the same thing. He says sometimes the best thing to do with that call is stick it in your pocket. But at least know what to do and when to do it. Yeah, and just get a good group of buddies and go as much as you can and start learning.
Time in the field.
Yeah, time in the field is how you learn to do it. I mean, I read books, I watched a lot of videos, but where I learned the most was just going out there and falling on my face and learning not to do it. Yeah, don't do that again. That was stupid. Or hey, that worked. I'll try that again. But we still learn every day, every year. Where Blue 42's going, been wanting to put a pit in there for a year, and finally a set of circumstances happened to where we can put it at that location. It's been the X for years. We've just been off the X just a little bit, but close enough where we got them all the time. Now, I can't imagine what the footage is going to be like coming out of this spot. Mm-hmm. They're going to look like they're going to be landing on you. So it should be good. But
is that what you're most excited for, you think, in 2026, 2027 season?
Probably watching Rip bring it all together. I mean, he did really good at the end, but just being able to see him. I mean, there was things Jeter, I don't even have to tell Jeter what to do. You let him out, he knows what to do, and he will do the most difficult task first. He'll pass up the easy ones to go after the most hard one, and it's just from years and years of doing it. And
what's the Mark Twain saying? If you know you got to eat a frog for work, you eat a frog at the first of the day. If you got two frogs to eat the bigger frog first.
That's right.
That's Jeter to a T.
Oh yeah, that's right. So.
Well, I'm excited. I think we got a lot of exciting stuff to look forward to in the summer of 2026, and tying in. What do you think? Obviously, I don't think you could have imagined even 5 years ago that things would be here where they are now, but tying in Hurricane Marsh to goose hunting and everything that you do now, what does that look like, or what does that mean to you? Or
well, it's so much fun because almost everything we do, graphic wise, a lot of what you got on and the polos are just awesome. The shorts we make are awesome, but all the T-shirts, all the graphic stuff comes from ideas that or something we experienced out there while we're there. And so every year I'm always looking at every situation, every photo that we take, everything that I can put in the memory bank and thinking, what's that next piece? And a lot of people always like when the German Shorthair came around. People, how many years people asked us for German Shorthairs?
Mm.
And
All the time.
And I couldn't honestly say I'm going to do it. And then we were sitting at a show, a buyer show, to be fair, and it was slow because there's not constant traffic like there is. And you always have a sketchbook with you, and it hit me. And I sat there and sketched that out right there at that table, on this table right here, actually.
Yeah.
At the show, and that came to life.
And I think that was
To Uncle Marvin.
a year right after Uncle Marvin had passed. So.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but and that's the Trace Pavlos. I mean, that was just something that came to us, and neat piece of art, and then we've ran with that. That's gone well.
Might need a Quattro Pavos.
Yeah,
after
next year, after this, we're gonna have to figure something out for that because that was such a special moment that, yeah. And the spring rivalry and that post you had on today was Sam sitting there taking a picture.
Well,
of
I
me.
can't take credit to that. That was Nick.
That was a cool idea, and but yeah, watch those two turkeys fight, and just something about it. I looked at that and I was like that. And I told you about it, and you're like, you need to make a T-shirt out of that. So, yeah, that's what I like is we're able to out there and do it. And when we throw it on a T-shirt, there's a story behind every bit of it.
Make it come to life.
Yeah, and it's cool, and we appreciate everybody that enjoys it as well. I mean, it's just the outdoor experience that we're so blessed and fortunate to have that we can share it with everybody else. That I think that's what's the cool part about Hurricane Marsh. It's
Amen.
Yeah.
Like I just got an email. Some guy needed to exchange his. He got a shirt and he needed the neck size down. He's like, "Well, my hat fits right, and I just want to let you know it worked." And he sent me a picture of him with a big old turkey next
There
to
you
it. I was
go.
like,
Yeah.
"Sweet man."
Yeah.
It's like, amen to that.
That's what we love, though,
Yeah.
seeing, what everybody does in our stuff, and that's what makes it all sweet at the end, too. Seeing everybody wear our stuff.
I don't know. I can't remember what day it was. It had to be the last two turkeys in Nebraska. I think, did I throw this hat on?
Yep.
Because
You
I
changed into
I
that
said
hat.
that's what I said. I said I'm going to change our luck because we chased those turkeys all morning. Like, oh, that was such a failure. No, that was fun.
Yeah.
I mean, we just in them. Like I said, if we can call and get a reaction and seeing them too, that's all you want. But yeah, I just made a joke. Yeah, I changed the hat up and look what happened. So, but yeah, it's cool. We love seeing everybody's photos. You guys running all over the place, shooting turkeys or deer or ducks or geese or whatever it is, catching fish. We just love seeing it and glad you guys are enjoying it.
Amen. Well, if you want to know what's coming up down the pipeline for the HM crew, we got tons of YouTube videos out. Nick got my dad's first turkey of the season and Cade's second turkey of the season out. We got some turkey videos. We're headed into Country Music Festival season up here in June. And after that, you'll be able to find Hurricane Marsh at World Deer Expo, Mississippi Wildlife Extravaganza, some of the shows where
Ducks
we
Unlimited.
catch a lot of y'all in person. So we're excited to see y'all at the booth with the HM crew, and we hope y'all are having fun, whether you're on a boat or chasing turkeys. But yeah, we'll
See
have a lot
around.
going on in the
Yeah.
next couple of weeks, and stay tuned on the Facebook and the Instagram and TikTok because you never know what we'll be up to in the next week. So
Oh, yeah. Like and subscribe. Anything else you need, hit us up at hurricanemarsh.com. Come see us at the shows this summer and fall.
amen. God
We're
bless.
going to be there. So for Macie Blevins, for the short time being, Sam Smith, I'm Jon Blevins, and podcast engineer behind the scenes, Nick Opel. We'll catch you next time.
Find your X, make your
Adios.
mark.